So kind of in line with the expectations. We did not see any T+2 gamma covering. I don't think there's a lot of it, but if there is, we may still realize it tomorrow. I would say, if anything, we're likely to continue to follow a pattern similar to this into the shareholders meeting over the next few days, probably into the end of this week, trading mostly flat against that gamma exposure. So, the FTDs and gamma exposure giving us some resilience, but we're not seeing any like up or downside, right? So I could easily expect us to trade flat for a couple of days and not see a run. Although I do think a small amount of buying is possible. If that does occur tomorrow, remember the range of tests is likely to remain the same. Call put volume on GME very low today. So we'd still be looking at that 120 range at most. And more likely 108 to like 113. And then, downside after that. If we don't see a breakout, flat until a drop at the end of the week. Probably following the FOMC meeting. I don't know how much IV is going to go down, but I would imagine some of it was crushed today. Not only given our extremely low volume today, compared to the last 4, 5, 6, 10 days at least. I think this is our lowest volume day since back here on May 6th. So I expect that, this low volume will continue, except, with more downside. Once they get IV crushed, then they'll start buying puts when it's cheaper. Goddamn, BBY puts are ridiculous. They were cheaper this morning. And then, obviously we're still looking at gamma neutral test as a possibility, depending on how the shareholders meeting goes. But I think we'll see some serious IV crush before the shareholders meeting. Is the FOMC bullish? Usually not. SPY climbing a little bit into close. I mean, that's good. So brief bump, then crush below 90, if we even have enough exposure for the brief bump. My biggest problem with this is most of our open interest on Friday was at the $100 strike, and we closed below that. So, this gamma isn't going to affect our price this week, and that's unfortunate because the 100 strike was high. There was high delta there. Lots of contracts. And so had that been in the money on close on Friday, potentially we would have seen a little more upside this week. But with those out of the money, it's pretty bad for us. Most of today, just trading with active funds, above VWAP, so support, which looks good going into tomorrow. Pre-market should be very telling. We'll look for an uptrend in pre-market. It's usually a fairly good indicator of our price action for the day because, this is when CNS faces the worst liquidity problems. And so if CNS is net short and there's buying, we'll see an uptrend in pre-market to some degree. Very rarely do we have a pre-market that's flat and trades into an up day. I think it's a low percentage. I can't remember what it was. IV crush, it's the period after which IV spikes and which IV rapidly drops due to expectation or a severe decline in volume or price action. Anyway, so that's about it for GameStop for today. Yeah, flat. There's no options chain to support a big move. either up or down right now. You know, really we're not getting pushed around by options much, so we're just seeing CNS net off through the day, and it's kind of uneventful. It's probably gonna be like that for a couple days. The rest of the market's got some interesting stuff going on, but GameStop's a little dull right now. If we do see that pop tomorrow, expect it to be very short lived. I wouldn't expect it to carry on. So watch for that. And if we do see it, I'd expect to also see a drop in the borrow rate. So we'll see how that goes. Gamma neutral at the moment, it's like 99, or it was at market open today. It's different now, but it's probably relatively the same given the amount of OI put on the chain today. GME just announced results, huh? Results for what? There's not a lot of volume trading in the after hours. TDA says Q1 results announced. We already had Q1 earnings. Strange press release. Report. Q1, June 1st. Oh, they announced the earnings date? Oh, so they're going to do earnings and then the shareholder meeting the following day? Ooh. That's spicy. Good thing I didn't sell any cover calls for next week. That's going to be a fucking narrow window. Okay, well, cool. So much for IV dropping. Dad, please hold me. What'd you do, man? You greedy fuck. Yeah, it is a short week next week. Not MOASS in 10 days, but we'll see. We'll see if the IV spike due to earnings being announced causes that could put a little edge on the bump potential for tomorrow. So watch out for that. Because if they're trying to position into puts, that's gonna fuck them up. Cool. All right. Well, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Fun announcement though. Have a good night, everybody.